content that is satiating the appetite for the truth. The appetite for what's effing real then? Where are we from? What's going on? Have they been pulling the wool over our eyes? Literally, like this is the wool, huh? This is it. Blinded you with science. He told you. And Thomas Dolby, who also is involved, I guess, with Thomas Dolby Sound, and apparently is like also the guy who's been making the sounds of phones, like the ringtones. That's where he went. He's a flat earther. He's a flat earther. People don't know that, but Thomas Dolby is a flat earther. I don't know if he's real or not, but so there's us out there, like boom, you and your ball. We'll play with it, and we'll play in your ball economy, but it's flat. Okay, let's stop joking around. And we're out there, and who gives a shit, right? I'm doing this for an expedition. I'm raising awareness. There hasn't been an expedition to do a north-south proofing of your globe, and the rest of the coastline of Antarctica is suspiciously overly paranoid about uninvited visitors to go visit wasteland snow. Like nothing's there. There's nothing. We're really protecting the ice and the purity of it. And there's nothing there. So we're here to start an expedition. Everything. The fuel of this, the fuel of all this thing, that's going to keep this thing going, is the tool that started this thing. So we are just deploying the tool. We are deploying the tool. It's all about one simple little thing. Right? One simple little thing. Thank God it was in this room, because if I would have left it in the first room, I wouldn't have been back by now. I would have been back in 20 minutes. Right, Steve? This place is huge. And we've left stuff in the front room, and we told you that they took out the feed, but we had to run back and get shit. Props. I'm kidding. This is it. I mean, the fuel that's going to make these flat earth clubs pop up all over the world where we can meet and listen to each other and build an expedition is this question. I mean, I'm trying to make this like as concise, neatly packaged, sharp, precise, and like we aren't fucking around on the web. I'm using it as a tool for a real world. Okay, so this here, I send it out to you. Okay, and then we're going to produce stuff here, and then the stuff we produce here, we start to squirrel away for the expedition. In the meantime, this here is funding this thing going. And this is what you need out there if you're going to start saying that their globe is fake. You need this question. You need to be protected by this question. You have to have this on you at all times. You have to walk around, right? And you got to go, how would you know? And then the person freezes. Because they go right away, you ask them a question. What happens when you ask someone a question? Well, they try to answer it. So when you ask them photo or painting, and then they go photo, and you go, how would you know? They have to go, how would they know? So that's everything they were told, but they never witnessed this point of view. So it's really simple. It's by putting the word photo or painting with a globe that you know most assuredly 1,000,000% I painted, and it's here in the back, and you've seen it in the previous videos, and you see me painting it. You know, despite what others said, I put out time-lapse footage because they were like, I don't know if he's even a real painter. I don't know if he's a real painter. He's not even a real painter. I heard he's a fake painter. Let's see you paint. I've never seen you paint anything. Well, now, have you seen me paint something? Because you could have looked at the old videos. So I decided, well, I've been traveling so much. Why don't I just park here for a bit and show the kids some painting? So I parked so I could show you some painting that I paint and some of this that I painted. Right? So now I showed you I'm a painter. Some people said, I don't know if he's a real painter, if he's a real painter that worked for NASA. I don't even know if he's a real painter. Okay. So I started the Flat Earth. I told you how. I painted the globes. I know people who paint art for NASA. And I painted all this, and now I'm on the floor, and you saw me paint it, right? And you saw me paint this shirt. I stopped. I took some time out. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Is there some discussion that math may not be a painter? Hold on a second. Let's clear this up, because you're not going to try that little smear. And since they've done that, wow, look at the numbers on our channel. But isn't it impressive that live we get like 600 or 1,000? I mean, Alex Jones gets 1,000, but mine doesn't keep going. It just stops. So that is a sign they're burying the channel. And now it's just the fledglings that are coming in. But here's where we started it. Just at the time we knew they were going to start doing that. Just at the time we knew they were going to start doing that. We managed to, eke away, grab what we could from the sales of the shirts, get it going, get her going, and I sold a bunch of work, and now I'm here. So now I want to bring all of you in here. I want to bring everybody in here. I want to bring them all in here. I want to go walking around like an army of 100 people with the shirts one day, like some sort of street gang wearing the question. That's it. And then that's it. That's freedom. That's freedom. Even though we're kind of conforming, we're all wearing this, we're just wearing all your shirt. We're like a new uniform. It's like, no, this is the uniform that breaks uniforms. Uniform code. Uniform. Uniform. Like one form. This is the uniform to end all uniform. That you were sold was official. Official uniform. To end uniform. Your uniform isn't even right. You need to explore the whole surface. And we're going out with a question. Isn't that funny? We're a strange little alien gang. And we got to do this alien invasion. And that's why they're slowly saying, well, the government's got to come clean with what it knows about aliens. 2 weeks in the New York Times, just 2 weeks ago. I mean, I'm listening to NPR today, and I'm like, what is this, fucking coast to coast? They're talking about alien this shit, and then people phoning in going, well, at least we can finally find out where we're from, and if they had a hand in creating us. Oh my God. What if there is some off-world entity, but it's interdimensional? Like a fruit fly, right? Just shows up out of this. Maybe sugar is the porthole. Maybe sugar is the porthole. They're coming through sugar, folks. Where do fruit flies come from? Where do they come from? You leave that lemonade out or that, whiskey out for a couple hours too much sometimes, depending on the humidity. They don't come in like a swarm. They don't fly in. They don't come down. There's some scotch. They just show up. Like they did, like there was some porthole between sugar, rot, and air and energy. And this thing just suck off this a bit. Parasite off that. What if it's like that? So we have a macro to micro of things that are somewhat, because our science is limited, we're still carrying over all the mechanics of how air and energy works. We have so much work to do because we're still carrying over what you feel it once in a while. Well, that doesn't fucking work. That's because I thought of energy that way because when it was a ball. So that doesn't apply anymore. So a lot of things don't apply. So where do fruit flies come from? No, but really, where do they come from? I know it's funny, but somebody brought that up to me. I'm like, where do they come from? Huh, science? What's sleep? What's sleep? Why do we need to sleep? We need to sleep to dream. That's a theory. Well, how do you know that? You say that in your waking state. In your waking state, you say that you need to dream in order to have energy and think. What if when you dream, you're in an altered state, you're actually awake in another realm? And this state is really the dream state of that state. What's sleep? Insomnia. And then there's people who are permanently asleep. And I mean asleep and awoke. And unconscious and not conscious. Finally waking up. That they're being blasted from the TV frequencies. With a lobotomy. A digital lobotomy. That's right, you heard it here first. Digital lobotomy. Copyright Math Powerland. Go ahead, try it. Try it out. Try it out on Comedy Central. Fucking thieves. This is where it's going to happen. With all the superheroes and the geniuses. This place here. That's where we all meet. And what's fun is we're going to put these in every city, and it's going to be an automatic, like, brain magnet. It's just all the smart ones in that town, all the smart ones in that town, and then So at some point, they're going to be like, whoa, the smart ones are getting together. That's usually when they fucking freak out and have their world war. They know we're getting together now, and they're doing their damnedest to keep us online where they can control us, and then just keep us on ice while they have their fakes shape around us this fake narrative that makes us all look like kooks. We pushed that back by calling they were doing that. We created a bit of a battlefield here that's, full of conscious actors that are aware that this invisible thing that the rest of the newbies and the fools think is just the chaos of happenstance. They don't understand that there's agitators sent in to, destroy curriculum, destroy character assassinate, do gang stalking, knowing that the person is going to not adhere to their quackery, but they can now revert on that person that's not joining the group. But we called it, and it failed, and there's a battlefield going on right now, and people are worried. Where's it going? Well, help me. I made a place for us. This is part of it. There's more that way. There's more that way. There's more that way here. We got some work tools. And then it goes beyond the painting. There's another painting in the background. It goes beyond that, around that, and the goal. It keeps going that way. I'm not kidding here, folks. I'm not fucking around. We've been here. You saw us making this thing. Some people, it goes that way, back there, and it goes this way. And it goes beyond that painting you saw. It goes around that, and it keeps going. Like, we're in it, folks. We're really put all in. We're gambling right here in Vegas with the world. Whether or not they're going to get behind the real deal, like a real expedition, a real flat earth meetup, convergence of people that understand, there's so much that we know. The rest is fine as theory and as a fuel to imagine what the outcome is going to be, but we need to move towards an outcome. We need to represent, literally. If there was ever a time outside of this bullshit rap industry where the word represent needs to happen, it's flat earth. It needs to represent. It needs to represent itself. It needs to represent what it initially means and how it started. And it needs to represent a cool vibe. It needs to represent, people who are just smarter because they're open. Smarter because they stepped outside the box and they said, okay, how is it you get to globe? And they looked and they saw that it comes down to people saying if and a theory. The earth is a ball. And then you have pictures of military and a space agency. And you're like, wow, they could pull this off with the way they lie about everything else. Right? Manipulating the public every day here with toothpaste and TV shows and commercial breaks. Really? So they could pull this little theater off, no problem. This theater here, until somebody shows up, with the simple question. What is it? So what is it? Photo or painting? How would you know? See, I could do this. Oh, look at that. Graven image. Because I tried to stick the infinite creation of God onto a piece of paper. It becomes graven. I tried to put you're trying to say the mind of God by saying the amount of creation. And then you package and sell it to me with a cartoon that I'll never see. But you make me believe that one day you're going to have little spaceships for us to go around and look at our little ball. And you flatten our mind with that ball. You make us a one-dimensional mind with the ball. How ironic. Going flat makes the head open up, 720. And then outward, outer space. And then everything becomes bigger. So this moment where we can be here and then go out one night, like 100 of us, or a day, at a concert. Just show up on the street. Just every street like this, 100 people with photo or painting. Not flat Earth. Everybody's got a stigma when they see flat Earth. It wasn't supposed to happen that way, and they hijacked it. It was supposed to happen, alien invasion, just shirts going photo or painting, and then that's it. We start from there. And it's just what they see, but oh my God, photo or painting. How do I know? How do I know? I don't know. Oh my God. And then the whole thing. 100 people on an intersection, busy, lunchtime, center of the city, all the shirts, people just sunglasses with their shirts, like alien invasion. Instead, you got these idiots walking around with a stupid little flat Earth bubble cartoon disc saying flat Earth. I mean, you know, you have to take it apart. You're walking around with it, they're just going to go on the web, and they already have Google putting all their fake agents on the first page of each Google page. I can't control this because he is the father of the airways. He is the prince of the airways. This character, the devil, the airwaves, electronics, surging power supplies and cords, burning and flatlining cords that element and like power, you know, a device. From the car moving to the fuse to the modem to the broadcast capability to even flatlining the image you see right now and us having to toy with it and being late tonight because the screen was black. It wouldn't show the image. The camera wasn't initiating. So we service all of this. And it's not Alex Jones. And he's playing fake, so you go, oh, okay, you're doing the same thing, and now we know this guy's fake. No, this is literally on camera, me doing something. I'm not some fat pork tard screaming at the top of my lungs with a red fit face that looks like a throwback of fucking Bill Hicks and got a little contract with the CIA, and now he's in a dungeon that's some sort of fucking bunker where he could shoot his mouth off like he's one of you, but he's one of them, dum-dum. We all have chemtrail cough. You're not recovering from yours, right? So, the money could go to something real, a space. You know, if this thing can't pay for itself, what the heck good is it? I've been paying since 2002 into the flat Earth, into watching people run off with my work and research, and I don't get any money for it. Thrilled, it's getting out there. But then they started to twist it while they make a profit off of it. And you spent your money, and I warned you they're going to do that. This person's not worth their weight in salt. And they're like, well, I got bit so far. Well, you got bit when I warned you, and now I'm doing it. You got to support what's going on here, because it has to at least pay for itself. With a metric of 300 million, help me out here. You can't fail me. I can't fail you. This thing here has to have at least the support to just go forward. That's it. Not make a profit. Although the money that we make will be the capital for very expensive research to cross the ice and like endeavors. But it has to at least pay for itself to exist in one node. That's it. And then from there, I can continue to service this with all my profits as a painter. Right? I should be painting. That's what I'm good at. People should be converging on the paintings, discussing paintings, pretending to be photos, and the government's involvement in that. And then, what's going on? Let's settle this with an expedition. And then, boom, music and party. And then we're selling stuff that's going to be wake-up tools for anything that's obviously corrupt, that the government now is complicit and openly doing to you and me and the world. And it's out of control, and they're getting away with it by misinforming the public that it's actually a solution for their health or their finance. It's a lie. Okay? You're not doing the fluoride for my teeth. Okay? So there's many things we can go through right here, and then we would call it a place where we perfect the government. We keep it honest, right? We keep it elected. We keep it representative of pure capitalism. the drive to move forward and compete and find out new things. That includes exploration of the surface, right? So, but it's got to at least take care of itself. I can't just continue to, and everybody in the flat Earth, I'm going to have a life, right? Somehow. And I've got to think about, like, well, this could be anything, this place to me. I would want it no more than to be a place for flat Earth. That's what I would like. I don't want to give this thing up to something else and then go do another one and then do another. This one's cool. This one's cool. You'll like this one. And it goes on. And it's in Las Vegas. So, and you need a tool. So I could talk about this shirt. I literally, can talk. An infomercial style channel, right? And that's what's fucking funny. Is if I start to become an infomercial for this fucking question, that's what's going to be funny. Because I'll do it, folks. Because this is the best infomercial in the world. This is the greatest product in the world to talk about. Like, to walk around with this and then have to deal with, like, the people that are coming up to you and the kind of conversation you're going to have with them. This is a topic that could be discussed ad nauseum for 6 hours, where you buy it and you get a free set of steak knives. This question, I have no problem with that. Or like some sort of, I don't know, maybe a level. You know what? Maybe we'll start doing that. Do you want to start? Isn't it? Where is it? It's right around here. It's the levels right there. Do you want to get the level? Yeah. Show them we're throwing in a level. See, it's right outside the garage. There's a level. Bring the level out, and we're going to show you the level that we're throwing in with the shirt. But there's extra shipping because the level is, but it will be a signed Math Powerland flat level. It's going to say flat on it, and it's a flat level. I'm going to be selling that to you with the shirt for a donation of $55. You get a level and a photo or painting shirt, both signed by me. Right? Did you get that level?
It's actually outside?
I thought it was outside. Well, okay, it's the. I think it might be locked on the bottom. Yeah, we got to show them this level. This is a perfect level. The color arrangement is fantastic. You okay? Okay. Color arrangement is fantastic. And what you do. I'll wait till he comes back. This is worth it. We got a truck full of levels out there in the back. So we're going to send you a shirt and a level. I'm not shitting you. I am not shitting you. You got it? But we got to figure out packaging for the level. But if you want a level, if you want to be on the level, you want to be on the flat Earth, like on the real level of the flat Earth, well, send me an email, mattpowerland@gmail.com. I'll supply you with not only a tool to defend, but also this beautiful, I've used it a bit, right? Oops. Let me take that off. Good one. Good one. So this is a very nice level. This is a state-of-the-art, conventional, traditional level. Where you could apply it on different surfaces. Like right now, I want to find out if I'm level. Am I on the level? See? Whoops. So right there, I'm level. So you can find out when you're level, when you're going to be level with the ground, which is flat, like this level. And then there's also, if you want to find out if you got something that's vertical on the level, right, or on the ground. And you could take that, you line up your bubble right there, boom. It's a great level, and you could walk around, basically, downtown. With the shirt and the level, you just walk around, and you wait for it. And then you pull it out, and you tell them, no, it's not like that. It's like this. Watch closely, and then boom. So you walk around with the shirt and the level, and also it's $70 if you want a custom-made shirt with whatever logo you want and a level. And I'll send you out the level. These are very good levels, very strong levels. I think it could drop like 10 stories and they won't bust. So, but don't start throwing it off to test that, okay? And they go, Matt, it didn't last 10 stories. Matt, level with me. The level didn't last 10 stories. You lied. So, anyways, I think it says something like that, like 10 stories or 10 feet. So just don't drop the level, right? Because there's glass in there and you might break it. You know what I mean? You get people up there throwing the level down. So we're in the business now to sell levels and shirts. Get it out there. Boom, you're supporting the space. You're going to be supporting all the debates, all the exhibits, all the product launches for new innovations and research and steam engines and steam power and hydrogen converters and all sorts of things. Things that transform snow into hydrogen to power vehicles. So we'll be exploring those possibilities here, like with drawings, and people submit stuff to me because I mentioned, how are we going to perpetually power our equipment? Well, we have ice. We have hydrogen locked in the ice. So this is the idea. We make things here. We pitch things here. We get investors. We get personal patrons. And then we get donors who want a one-year pass at $100 for any event or function here, or assist a live broadcast, or just come in first class lounge whenever you're in town and see what we got going here. And then there's people who will be coming per event, contributing just for the event, maybe not even getting the shirt. But you just walk around with the shirt, keeps the space building out and keeps it going. And so, and I want to see all that go down here. And I want to have those things videotaped. And I want people to be able to rent that moment, like in a video store. Stuff that you won't even be able to get, you know what I mean, on YouTube. It's like in-house, it's a different edit, it's different things that weren't shown on the internet. And there'll be also like books of famous threads on social media where people were debating. And so you'll be able to like learn really quickly how to handle yourself. And equally, like, you know, a Glober, if you want to come in here and learn how to defend your model, right? Because we're a wealth of information about the globe, more so than the globe. So, yeah, this place is going to be like parlor, study, Indiana Jones, Picasso, Columbus, new design, Tesla. So it's going to have, we're going to unveil a cement. I'm going to unveil a sample of cement that I believe, well, I shouldn't say I believe, but I'm moving towards conclusion, right? I believe will be the strongest recipe of cement in the world. Moving towards that. I will be doing that here. I know I have a couple ingredients that I'm going to add into something, and then it's going to have a different effect that's going to be very strong. Because I look at cement a lot, and I don't like what's happening to it. I don't like what's happening to it. I don't know what's coming out of it. We need to seal it. It's toxic. People are going into homes with cement, and then they're putting glue on it. They didn't even seal it. They got a wet glue that never, ever dries. The vapor barrier from the cement's coming through, and you're walking on this barefoot, and it's going up your crotch. It's going up your crotch, all those gases daily. So we got technology already on the ground. We're already on the ground, in the field. We're on site. We're moving. And we know what it's like to move across the surface. You know, it's like a strange ambition for a flooring tech company, but we understand, you know, what's going on with the ground. We understand chemistries. We understand the ground. We understand making things level and flat. We understand, you know, where it could break apart, water table. So we're really into the foundation, the ground, the dirt. What's this building? I'm putting a floor down. That's art. What's it on? Where? And how is it Is this sealed up? Same thing, sealing your... We're into using this space to discover what kind of coatings technologies, combination coatings and insulated coatings, plus metals and then insulations will withstand, deep freeze temperatures. So we've got answers and pieces of those puzzles solved here already. That's the foundation of this. This having its a unique, mark. This is the brand. Every studio we build out, it's not like McDonald's where you walk in and it's always brown and yellow or whatever it is their scheme for the next 5 years onward and then the next cycle of, vomit design. Our brand is that it's always a different floor. But the thing is the floors are done in a cool way. So the branding is a kind of branding that is unique. The branding is unique. It's not like one universal thing or design. And when we're in that town, be it China, yeah, right. For those fucking monkeys, let us. Anyway, so we're gonna somehow penetrate China, get it flat down there. But we gotta crack open China like an egg, to put it in Bozo's terms. Yeah, it reflects the environment that the club's in. You know what I mean? It reflects the floor will be of that area. So, we're not stupid. We're coming in and imposing a design. We want to blend in, but obviously we get to be unique each time because nobody's doing floors like this, like with a stone or some effect. No one's thinking of floor design fashionably to walk on that fashionably, and that as a pattern, a cut, a jewel, a design that you would wear as a dress or you would drive as a car, but it's with the floor. Of course it's with the floor. You walk on it all day. It should be an extension of your personality. It should be built to reflect you. We can even give you the tools for you to do it yourself, and we'll be moving in that direction too. Or you could do flat earth maps in your bedroom if you want with this stuff. And then when you got people over in your living room, well, you don't think it's flat, and you push over the vase, pick up the piano. Okay, you see here? This is where we are. And then you go through it, it's on your floor. So we're going to be doing a big one in the back, and then we're going to have that as a model that you could do yourself, and you could procure the resin through us, and then you could put these maps, and we'll show you through the videos how you can do your own place, right? But if you fuck it up, it's because of you, not because of me, because I'm walking on it, and it's fine. And you better watch out. I don't want to be liable if you don't know how to handle this stuff. So, and it's expensive. If I'm not doing it, it's cheaper, but it's expensive stuff. But hey, you get to have like a design, and you get to do it yourself. We're all into doing it ourselves. And you know what? I'd rather do some painting. I don't want to always be doing floors. But I have the tools to coat this, get that toxic cement that's just off-gassing for decades up your crotch, sealed, get that ugly carpet out, and we're also going to be moving that too. We'll be moving shirts, we'll be moving attention and design to the floor, to the ground. We'll be doing maps. We have maps. We have a Teespring store at Powerland. We have a nice commercial coming out right now. That's right. Eat it up, you fucking enemies. Because you think you're going to stop this thing from being an economy? No. We're moving towards making sure that the flat earth becomes its own economic powerhouse. It's not going to be labeled some Waco cult. It's not going to be labeled some weird radical group, political group of commie Nazis, all right, or some disheveled, marginalized, angry white men in a dimly lit apartment yelling on fucking YouTube. It's not going to be that, like we are now. But we're not at all. It's not going to be that. So it's going to be something cool. It's going to be user-friendly, not prickly to grab. And it's going to be fun and hip. And we're working with the modern day flat earth community online, which is going to be growing into a Facebook app sooner or later, where it'll all be just flat earthers. It's like Facebook, but just flat earth. You have to answer these questions, and then boom. So everybody's like we can be off Facebook, And actually, I think Flatbook is going to be so big that that it could actually destroy Facebook. It could actually destroy it. And will protect ourselves from having them interfere with the open, free communication. So the modern day Flat Earth community will be the Facebook or the Flatbook, predecessor or, incubus to something very big, we hope. So all this is about, we're branding an expedition, and this is the topic they don't want us to talk about. So yeah, I'm coming in exactly like with their model of capitalism. They say this is all free enterprise. Okay, well, I'm coming in, I'm marketing an expedition and merchandise and all that to support the financing of an expedition in the manner you've never even done once in the history of the known world to Antarctica. And that's more than one fucking person does a whole crossing. Witnesses, teams, and that's what we're doing here. And I'm coming in and testing how free this enterprise is, this free enterprise. How free is this democracy where I get to be a capitalist? Yeah, because I'm going to come in full throttle, full busyness, right? With floors, technologies, people, power, a voice, science, education, art, music, poetry, books, the whole thing. And then you're going to deny us crossing. And we're going to get that documented as well. So we force you in your little World War III rat corner where you're just itching to press the button on all of us. And that was also called out, that Flat Earth would cause the chaos. From 2003 to now, to get where it is, you had to start planning that World War III threat back in 2012, right? 2013. Start the rumblings, right? Right, with Syria and Russia, right? And the Crimea thing, right? Yeah. But we called it in 2002 as well. So many people saw me call what you did when nothing was going on with Russia back in 2002. We were just running around looking for bin Laden. Go back to that mindset. Russia wasn't even on the radar. Russia wasn't even on the radar, even mentioning 9/11, which was weird. Whatever. But they're the big kid in the schoolyard now. They're here to muscle in, the moon landing and outer space and whatever. Shut up. You watch. Because they're the one that controls the rocket up to their little fake space station theater. So they're in charge fakely, right? While we point missiles at them, we get lifts up in their rockets. Stupid collusion. This is collusion. You're getting lifts up in the missiles, you dummies. You can get more colluded than that. Hey, can you get a lift up in your warhead to the space station? We can't make warheads that powerful. Rocket. It's a missile. It's just not packed with dynamite on the end. So we're doing this thing here, every day. And now they're peppering the aliens. Turns out the Pentagon think exists. They spent a lot of money. They threw a figure, 22 million, saying that, and this is just all last week. So we forced them into all the little plans they had to do. When Flat Earth came out, they weren't expecting it. So it forced them to accelerate all the plans they were going to do, but on their own watch. Flat Earth was all right, what the fuck? Go ahead, do your thing there. Your World War III, it's flat, it's a painting. Right? No one's ever seen his point of view. Do your space travel. Yeah, you failed. Yeah, I'm going to tell them that you're going to fail, and it's just for show. Yeah, do it all. You all failed. Oh, now you're launching at sea. Oh, you're launching your rockets at sea with some private company. Guy who used to run or made PayPal. Yeah, he made PayPal. Yeah, he dreamed it up. He dreamed up PayPal. Yes, he did, Matt, and you give him a lot of credit just by denying him that because, yeah, he's that smart. No. PayPal's almost like its own money. In the beginning. It could have been. It's worse than Bitcoin. Think about it. Right? They give you credit, all this stuff. It's not some guy that just started that. You don't just start that. Start a bank. You don't just start a bank. Just start a bank. I'd like to do that. Go ahead, try to start a bank. See what happens. It's not like the old days when you could start a bank with the family. If you got grandfathered in with your bank, good for you. Well, go ahead, start a bank. Try to start a bank. Try to start a money. How Bitcoin gets away with this? Anyway, so we're going to actually also go into making money, like I said the other night. We're going to make a flat coin. We're going to make a flat coin here, right? It's going to be the treasurer, Math Powerland. It's going to be an official coin. It's going to be backed by this space and all the spaces that build out. And all, let's put it to a GDP, a gross domestic product of the flat earth economy. Now that GDP, we've got about 2 million paid online CIA cyber patrol going into social media and monitoring. Right? A lot of them are in the flat earth. We have union comedy writers on Comedy Central writing for the talk shows or any channel. You have speech writers for the president. You have people selling maps, people selling shirts, people selling caps, people selling tracks, people selling music, security, new security points being put up, Ross Sea sanctuary for the sea bass, right? You can't even go there anymore since the flat earth. Now it's like hundreds of millions of dollars going into that. All the channels, all the tickets, all the shows, all the symposiums, all the flights, all the gas, all the food, all the dinners, all the mixers, all the advertising dollars on the Facebook pages, to Facebook, telescopes, Nikon camera, zoom lenses, visiting NASA, books, Stephen Hawking, flat earth books, printing, paper, newspaper articles, journalists, their pay to put the article about the flat earth in The Guardian, in the UK Telegraph, in New York Times, in Time Magazine, the Daily Mail, the Daily Metro, New York Daily, all that stuff. Those guys writing at their desk, on the clock, filling up the car to go do that article about the flat earth. The statues, the flags, myself, my floors, my paintings, my shirts, everything else I brought up that we're planning to do here. Auctioning off a real-life replica artistic sculpture of Stephen Hawking in a wheelchair that I'm going to wheel around Vegas. I'm going to do that here. We're going to do that here. He is the oldest, sickest man alive. Stephen Hawking is the oldest, sickest man. Or, you know what I mean? What if he becomes the oldest man ever? he outlives like the healthiest man. He's like, it's like the guy who ever lived the oldest ever was the sickest man. Okay. He was never dead. They kept him alive for science. He's the only guy who can't move anything, but he's got something that reads his thoughts. Hand it out to the other invalids and paralyzed people. Keep hogging it for this guy to spew like he's not talking. There's nothing communicating. This is spread the joy. Give it to everybody who's got his condition. It's multiple sclerosis. It's not multiple. It's ALS. That's the Lou Gehrig's disease, isn't it? So, and you know what? I'd like to finally have him here, and then we get to do real or fake. Like which one is the one I made, and which one is the real one, right? I guarantee you, you're going to pick mine. I guarantee you. I'm going to wheel him around, and then people are going to come up to Stephen Hawking, and I'm going to say, would you like his autograph? And I go, yes, please. And then I'm just going to take a piece of paper, I'm going to sign it for him. And it's going to be my name. And they'll go to the channel, they'll go here, they'll know what's going on, and we'll advertise this place. So it gets to be like a tool that I create, that you fund by buying shirts. That's an extra tool. I get to wheel around and we film. Then you get to watch the video and you laugh your head off. So you fund these experiments too. And then that goes even more viral. And then we don't know what happens until we do it. Once we three-dimensionalize it, that's where like it has all these effects, right? In the fourth dimension, like our reality, like what we all connect as three-dimensional is the fourth dimension. So we three-dimensionalize this project where I wheel him around, me wheeling around Stephen Hawking, that I create and I sculpt with the help of a 3D printer, and then like a broom pole and clothes hanger, and and then the head, and then just put the shirt on the clothes hanger, and Will I burn in hell for this? No. But if he lied about space, he has to ask for forgiveness, or have that machine, ask for forgiveness. He needs to repent. You need to repent somehow. You need to 2 blinks for repent, and then was it 2 blinks for repent, and then 3 blinks for forgiveness. That's right. So we want to do all that here, and I want to get anybody who's like an expert, right? Provided you don't have a criminal record, you're welcome to do any kind of production here. You know what I mean? I just don't want to have that attached to the place. It's unfortunate, but there are going to be some things where we're going to do some exhibits for people that we believe are wrongfully accused. But if you got a lot of criminal records, like a lot of whatever on crimes on your record, then it's not the best situation. So that's my only concern. Then again, it's a sting on the flat Earth. Everybody is law enforcement. It's like, I'm going to shut the flat Earth down. So, but yeah, that's the idea. This is a cozy environment that I want to open up for live audience to see their favorites, or just new ideas and actually new collisions that are going to become the next big thing in flat Earth or globe Earth or on the new Earth or on Earth or in the known Earth. Like the extended Earth to be determined, right? The disk dome. Okay, dome more land, as long as your dome just excludes the possibility of more land masses and suns that rotate around these little landmass areas. Because that would be possible. Some sort of like electromagnetic canopy, of course. But if you really need that spherical thing, you have to ask yourself, why does it need to be spherical so much? Are you doing carryover indoctrination from globe, where you need some sort of bulbous cap, at least half a ball, at least half? There's got to be a ball somewhere. They wouldn't have told us, but please don't tell me I was completely humiliated. Don't tell me. Just at least half a ball. There's got to be a ball in there somewhere. But if I say like a puddle, it's just because I know when they say dome, there really are it's a mathematical exact, it's not like going to be like an expanse or a puddle of energy, and inside is like a pancake. And not like a pancake, like a perfect IHOP pancake. I mean it goes out. The thing itself is, we don't know where it ends. I don't know where it ends. I know that the curve doesn't add up to the curve to make this. So we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to end it up with a word from one of